Got it.
Hi, lovely people. Welcome to another episode. And this week it's exciting because my Lucie membership is open again, or actually you can always step in, but a new month is coming, so with lots of content. My Lucie membership is like a subscription, and every month new content is coming in. And last week I did a bold move because I skipped all my online courses from my website. It was a bit scary to do. But now you can find all my online courses in my Lucie membership, also advanced food photography. So I really think that's very interesting for advanced food photographers. So if you're interested, hop over to www.mylucie.com. But today we have another guest, and it's Julia from Imalicious. Hi, Julia.
Hi, nice.
Hi.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, welcome. Could you introduce yourself?
I am Julia. I'm a food photographer in Toronto, Canada. I've been photographing food for, I want to say about 14, 15 years. In the last few years, I changed my style from light and airy into dark and moody, but I photograph in all the styles: hard light, soft light, light photos, dark photos. So yeah, that's what I do. I do it for myself. I do it for my clients. I used to have a blog. I kind of stopped blogging when pandemic started. In Canada, we had really hard restrictions and lockdowns, so we couldn't go to stores. So I couldn't test recipes a lot. So I kind of stopped blogging and went back into photography, and kind of stayed there. I do also have a cookbook that I wrote about 4-5 years ago. I photographed it as well. You can find it on Amazon. So yeah.
Wow.
Just a little bit about me.
Thank you. And did you start 40 or 15 years ago, you said?
Yeah.
Wow.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
I decided one day that I'm a food photographer. I wasn't a food photographer. I decided that I was. When I look at the photos from back then, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was young, I was naive, and I thought I was amazing. So I was very confident. I'm less confident now than I was 15 years ago when I started. So I decided and I started advertising my services. I somehow got clients, even though my photos were like pretty bad. I don't know. This is how it happened.
And how did you learn? Because I think 15 years ago, there wasn't much online or stuff like that.
No. It was difficult. 15 years ago, there was nothing. Um, there was no information on how much to charge. There was no information on how to photograph. So I just trial and error. Even now, it is a lot of trial and error. Even now, it's me just trying. I see something that I like, I see a photo, and I try to figure it out. Where is the light coming from? How did they uh, create the scenes? What are the elements of that particular photo? Is there framing? Is there layering? Is there like any of those like food styling techniques? What are they used? And I try to use those techniques in my photography as well. Back in the day, it was just, oh, let me take a snapshot. I kind of like it. I'm good. I'm a food photographer now. Yeah.
Wow, great. Yeah. And I already followed you for a while, and I remembered you started with the reels. And then, yeah.
Oh, and so what's the question?
Yeah, I just saw you with the reels, and then we're doing more reels, and it were about behind the scenes, but I think it's very interesting, of course.
Yeah. So the reels started, I think the reels came out in, I want to say August 2020 or September 2020. That's when Instagram introduced them. And I started using them very rarely in October, I want to say. So just a couple of months in, just to try. It was, people kept saying it's basically TikTok for Instagram, and I tried TikTok. It did not work for me. I didn't like TikTok. I still don't. But that's what people were saying, and I'm like, okay, I will try it. But what can I put there? I really did not want to do any of those funny reels. I did not know what to do. So one day I put my phone onto a tripod and I filmed myself in time lapse creating a scene, and all of a sudden it got, I don't know, like 2,000 views. I tried a few other ones and they were, I don't know, 200 views, 300 views maybe. This one got a few thousand. So I thought, okay, I'll try another one, and that one got more. And I was one of the first people who started doing behind the scenes videos, and I just lucked out. I got lucky. I really got lucky, just for the reasons that I was one of the first who did it. So the market was not saturated. There were no behind the scenes videos. I mean, there were obviously, but there were so few of them. And the ones that were, they were more of a real behind the scenes, like they didn't have a person moving back and forth in time lapse. It was more of a, this is how the scene looked, this is what it was. I was showing like 30 minutes of me moving props on my scene in 30 seconds. So that was one of the first. Now they're all over the place, and it's great, it's amazing, it teaches people so much. But back then, and by back then I mean it was like a year and a half ago only, I was one of the first. So I got so lucky, and my count grew from 2,000 to 50,000 in less than 6 months. It was crazy, the growth. I was getting 1,000, 2,000 followers a day, and it was crazy. It's not like this now. It's like the market is saturated, there are too many of them, but that's what it was. And funny enough, I was getting a lot of praise for it from people who were saying that it's amazing and they're learning so much, but I was getting a lot of negative messages about them from
Really?
other photographers, saying that I'm giving away their secrets, giving away stuff for free. And it was in the beginning, it stopped. I don't get those now anymore because everyone's doing them. But the first few months, why are you giving away those things for free? Why are you showing how you light the scene for free when I paid, I don't know, $2,000 to take this course, or I paid $300 to take this masterclass, to take this, I actually don't know what the prices are, but when I pay those money to learn how to light, and now you're doing it for free. So I was getting quite a lot of those messages. Not anymore because everyone's doing it now, but it was interesting. At some point I even asked a question on a Canadian food forum, like, I felt like I was doing something wrong. Like, was I supposed to hiding it? I don't know, like people, it was interesting few months.
Well, yeah, surprised you're telling me this. I didn't expect it. I mean, I have a blog, and I think every week or on the 2 weeks, around 2 weeks, that I have a new blog post with behind the scenes, and I often share behind the scenes and free tips.
But is your blog monetized? Do you have ads on your blog?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, it's just a lot of
started with affiliate, but I'm just starting.
Wow, you see, so you are getting, there is some kind of monetization policy, either affiliated, or they were telling me my blog, my website is monetized. I get money from ads. That's like half of my income is from my website. Even though I don't blog anymore, it's still there, so I still make money there. So people were saying, that's what you do. You do those lessons, you put them there, or you create a video membership, just like what you were doing, and you charge for it. You do not give this out for free. It's not, that sentiment is not there anymore, but I got so many. It was surprising. I did not expect that.
No, I'm also surprised. But I saw you have, if you go to your Instagram page from Malicious, you have your Patreon page.
Yes. I stopped doing that. Like I still have it. It has quite a few videos. I just don't have time right now to record more videos. But the way it works is it's the exactly same behind the scenes video, just recorded in normal time. It's not sped up. So it's not 30 seconds, it's actual 20 minutes. And I'm talking over it. So there's like a whole video of me doing whatever. And it's like a little picture of me talking about what I'm doing there and why I'm doing it. Like if I added this, I don't know, napkin, and I'm explaining why that napkin was added. I'm explaining why that color was chosen. And I have, I don't know, maybe 20, 25 videos. They took so long to make that I mean, it's a 20-minute video that you have to record, pause, edit. Like it was just each of them took me 2 or 3 hours to make. And in the end, I kind of stopped. I still have quite a few. The page is still there. I advise people to subscribe for a month. This way they get access to all the videos, they can watch them, and then a month later they can unsubscribe so that they're not wasting their money. But the videos are there for, I mean, if they didn't have time to watch all of them in a month, they can obviously subscribe for more. I don't mind. It's another way for me to make money, but I'm not currently making more videos for that channel.
No. And I have two questions, but you said you still have your blog and your income is from the half from it. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's I worked very hard over the past few years before pandemic on my blog. I was posting 2-3 recipes a week. Wow. Each recipe, 3 was ambitious. Usually 2. I was trying for 2. I mean, obviously there were weeks when it would be only 1, but each recipe I would test at the minimum, at the absolute minimum 2 times for, you know, like things like salads and smoothies or whatever. More complicated recipes 3-4 times. So it was my basically full-time job. That's what I was doing. I quit my office job and that's what I was doing. I was testing and cooking like 2-3 recipes a day, like quite a few weeks to test. And that's what I did to get a certain number of visitors. Once you hit a certain number of visitors per month, you're able to apply for some advertisement networks. Yeah. Mine is Mediavine. It's a very common one across the world. And they work with a lot of food bloggers and craft bloggers, travel bloggers, I think. So that's how I'm monetized. And even though I don't post new recipes now, because I've worked so hard, because there was a lot of SEO, search engine optimization, there was a lot of things that went behind it. I still get traffic there. I don't get traffic as high traffic as I did when I was actually actively working on the website, but I still do get traffic there. So that's how I still make money.
Well, that's great.
Yes.
Yeah, your hard work pays off.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, I wish I could continue. And maybe at some point I will. It's just, it became, photography is so much more, you know, fulfilling. You create something. It's very, you see how your vision comes to life. You see how you can either create a photo with just lights and shadows, or you can do it in Photoshop, because I do a lot of Photoshopping and like composing of layers. And I believe that it's also part of art. It's not like cheating. Whereas with cooking and blogging, it became very like I had to write it in a certain way. I had to write it for Google and not for my readers. I like writing. I like creative writing, and I couldn't do that anymore. Back in the day, 15 years ago, when I started food photography, and I started my blog back then as well, blogging was about writing. It was, blog is your personal log. It's your diary. That's what it used to be. Like 20 years ago, that's what it was. People wrote in their diaries and posted it online. It was very creative and very fulfilling, but it changed now, especially changed in food blogging culture and food blogging niche. If you want to monetize your blog, if you want to make money from it, you have to write in a certain way. So it became less fulfilling, and I kind of stopped as well because of that. I might go back to it. I mean, money is money. Work is work. You just have to treat it as work. Just photography is a little bit more fulfilling right now.
So now, how is your week going with work? Is it full of client work or?
No, not always. I do have weeks, months when I have no clients, and this is why I'm still happy that my blog is there and I get at least some income. And then I have weeks when there are, I don't know, 2-3 clients a week, kind of rare, but it happens. I have a few clients that I work with every few months, so there's consistent work, even
nice.
if it's not always there, but at least I know it's consistent. I am very privileged. I acknowledge it. I'm very lucky. I have an ability to not work and not be scared that I will not be able to put food on my table and feed my daughter and my family. There is nothing to say other than acknowledge I am privileged. I accept that. I know that. I cannot tell other people to, quit your office job, quit the thing and do what you love. I wish I could, but I can't. I got lucky. That's what it is. I got lucky and I am able to not worry about it. Not everyone can. Most people cannot. So it's an unfortunate life.
Yeah. And how do clients find you? Do you think it's an advantage that I think you have more than 70,000 followers at the moment?
So Instagram, and that's another thing I love talking about Instagram. So there is this 2 schools of thought. Some people say, use Instagram and post what you like. Instagram is for your creative outlet. I'm not one of those people. For me, Instagram is work. And there is it's a cycle. The more followers I have, the more there is an Instagram algorithm. Instagram likes you when you have more engagement. The more engagement you have, the more it will show you to other people. The more it will show you to other people, the more chances that, other people will see you. The more chances that other people will see you, the more chances that they will contact you.
Yeah.
That's it. So those people who say just post what you love, it may work for them, but for me, my business model is I cannot do that. Instagram is my work because that's where I find my clients. My clients find me through Instagram. So I have to keep appeasing, to keep doing sacrifices to Instagram gods, and I have to do what they like. Do I love those reels? No, not really. I don't like them, but I do them because that's work, and I treat Instagram as my work, and Instagram is boss and my manager. And if they tell you that this is what we are doing now, that's what I do. Do I like it? No, but I still do it.
And how often do you post reels in 1 week?
I try to post 1 reel per each photo, at least. I don't do it all the time, but it's almost all the time. There are times when I don't, but I don't remember the last time I posted a photo without a corresponding reel. So if I do 2 photos a week or 3 photos a week, there will be 3 reels a week. There was a period of time in January and beginning of February when I was posting 2 reels per each post. 1 photo would have a behind the scenes video, and then I would also post behind the scene editing. I kind of stopped. It was getting a little bit too much. But yeah, so almost every photo has a corresponding reel. So yes, a lot.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Sometimes I'm setting goals, of course, and I also have, of course, the Instagram account from my Lucie Beck.
Of course.
And so first I was taking the goal from 1 reel per week. Didn't make it.
You post a lot. I see a lot of you, or at least maybe they show up in my feed a lot. Even if you posted them, I don't know, like week or 2 weeks ago, I see them a lot. Like almost every day, there is at least one of your reels that shows up in my feed.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
at least one, most likely more. I've seen your reels and photo, like I see them a lot. So I'm not sure whatever you like, at least for me, algorithm likes you. So I see you a lot, like, because you do have 2 accounts, right?
Yeah. Also one from my my Lucie studio, from my studio here, but it's a Dutch account, and it's just because it's the studio just separately.
Yeah. Well, I see a lot of you, like I think from both of your accounts. I follow 2 of yours, I think the backdrops and your account. I don't know if I follow your studio account, but I see a lot of your reels and photos, like I think, I don't know, every day, every other day. Yeah. No, I see you a lot.
Okay.
Especially recently, especially in the last couple of weeks.
Because sometimes I've got the feeling with a reel, then I look at the numbers, how many people viewed them, and then suddenly it stopped for a moment. I put my idea, and then I don't know if other people will see it, or I don't have a clue.
I don't have a clue either. I wish I could tell you I know. I don't. With reels especially, I don't know. I made like some reels that I thought would be fun, and they got barely any views. And then another one totally randomly gets like, I don't know, thousands. And then another one similar to it gets, I don't know, barely 10,000. Like for me, like I do have a large audience, so like at a minimum 10,000. So I do have some that don't get 10,000, and that is very rare. But why does it happen? I have no idea. I thought it would get lots of views, and it doesn't. I don't know. It's Instagram is so strange, so strange. I wish I knew it.
Do you also use other platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn?
Well, I do have Facebook. Again, it's part of my website, my food blog. That's how I used to use it before. Like I had it's same thing, Imagelicious. It's all everywhere. It's Imagelicious. Now I stopped again. It used to be that I posted my recipes there. I don't anymore. And my Instagram automatically posts my photos there. Why? I don't know. I just set it up this way. I get a few likes there. Like, I don't know, 10, 15 likes per picture. That's about it. LinkedIn. I do have LinkedIn with my first and last name, but it's just there. I don't know why it's there. It's just there. I don't really use it. Pinterest, I used to use Pinterest a lot, but mostly as a user, not as a business, just like to find things that I like. Same handle there. TikTok, I have TikTok, same handle.
Really? Oh, okay.
I don't get it at all. I have like 50 followers there, maybe not even 50. I don't know how to use it. I feel old. And yes. If you want to find me and give me a follow, sure. I have 50, maybe. I don't know. Like, so Instagram is my main platform.
Yeah, I understand. And what is your thing where you're dreaming of, or the thing you didn't achieve yet, or your dream, or
dream would be to have, although like have a few obviously, but like one of them would be to have more clients, more consistent work. Like, so I talk a big talk, like I mean I make okay money, I guess, but it's not as much as I made when I was in the office, when I was working in the office, obviously. So I would like to make more, but what I would also like is to not feel like I'm faking it. Every single time I have a client, 15 years in, every single time I feel like I'm a fake. there's this imposter syndrome. Have you heard of that? When you feel like you're not real, like every single time, like I feel like, yeah, every single time I feel scared before every single client. And some of the clients I've had for 10 years, and every single time before a photo shoot, I've known them for 10 years, I still feel scared, and I feel like I'm faking it, and I have no idea why they're hiring me and paying me money for what I do. So I would love for that to stop, but I don't know. Is it possible? Is it? I don't know. Every single time.
I think it's possible, but you have to know where it came from,
Well, because I never studied photography. I never studied art. I mean, I took some courses. I took some photography courses at the college, but like couple of courses, and I never studied it. I don't know.
Me neither. I just started and followed.
And that's how I feel.
Workshop.
I feel like I'm faking it, and someone's going to one day realize it and say, Julia, you should not be doing it. Why are you doing it?
But that's how about your pictures. It's about the end result, about your pictures.
And still, that is how I feel. I don't know. That is like, honestly, this is like, if that is, I'd like to stop feeling this way, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
I photographed for a national brand. Like my photos were in supermarkets, on posters, have a cookbook, like, and it's not coming away. It's not going away, that feeling.
Strange, but because I think when I have a big shoot, of course, sometimes if you don't know the people, or if it's a new client, then you get maybe like normal nervous. I think it's normal, although you have several years of experience. But it's a pity, because I think you make beautiful pictures.
Thank you.
The client also see the pictures. Otherwise, they haven't chosen you, and you have regular clients.
Yes, and yet, no. I mean, I do know it's not me being modest. I do know that I can create beautiful photos. I do know that, and it still feels like I'm just faking it. Like, what? I don't know. What if I can only do it for myself and not for a client? What if I cannot achieve their vision? What if they don't like my photos because something? I've had those. I've had a client a year ago. What's it? February, right? So exactly a year ago, I had a client, and it ended really badly. It did not go well at all. They kept saying that they liked my vision, they liked my style, they wanted me to have full creative control, and in the end, they didn't like the photos. And it ended badly. Like, they still paid me, but it was just really bad aftertaste, and it happens.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah, and of course, I also have sometimes that experience that a client isn't happy or stuff like that. But that's happening.
Yeah, no, that was a good, valuable lesson. Since then, I now have a really detailed questionnaire that I send to people.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so it's like actual questionnaire. Is there a prop that you do not, even though I had that questionnaire for them also, and that's why they paid. I did have that questionnaire, I think. Did I don't remember, but now I have, it's like, is there a prop that you do not ever want me to use? Is there a color that you do not want me ever to use? Is there like an angle that you do not like? So I have very, very specific details. And also what I started doing is I now I text with clients often. So I send them a photo of the setup right straight out of the camera. I have a newer camera, so it can download photos right to my phone. So I send it to them and wait for their approval. Yeah. It means that the actual photo shoot takes longer. And I tell them in advance, like I charge per hour. So I'm like, if I'm gonna keep texting you back and forth, it means that the photo is gonna take an hour instead of 20 minutes. but you get what you get. You approve the final picture. And a lot of clients like that, and a lot of clients agree to that. And that's how I've been doing half of my photography. And half of my other clients, they say, it's fine. We trust your taste, we trust your style, we like what you've done for us previously, just keep doing it. So they're fine with that, and they get more photos in that hour.
Yeah.
So so I do that as well. It helps.
Yeah, and I think clarity before the shoot is very important. Also, I often say to a client, if you don't like, because some clients are with me with the shoot, some clients aren't, but if the client is with me with the shoot, or I'm sending the pictures the same week or stuff like that, I often say, just be honest and say it, or say it during the shoot, because after it,
exactly, you cannot do anything about it.
No. So
during the shoot, so that's what I do. Like now I do half of them are approvals during the shoot. It takes much longer, right? Like text back and forth, and when they have approval, my experience is that clients are often scared to make the decision, so they start asking their friends and colleagues. So instead of one person approving a photo, there are like 10, okay, maybe not 10, I'm exaggerating, but like 5 approving that same photo. And when there are 5 people approving photo, obviously someone wants a change, so it takes forever. But the photo is approved, they cannot demand reshoots because they approved it. So I like that.
Yeah, and with 5 people, we have often 5 different opinions. So
exactly. Try to get 5 people to decide what kind of pizza toppings they want. Like same thing. Everyone has different tastes.
Thank you so much for your honesty.
Oh, well, I do like talking about photography. I do like talking about photography candidly and honestly. You mentioned that 15 years ago, there was no information, and that is exactly why I like talking about it honestly, because I started in that business without having any info. So I try to provide that info to those people who are starting now.
Yeah, that's great. And now there's, of course, there's a lot of resources, or YouTube, or courses, or memberships.
Yes. And those are great. It's amazing that there are so many ways to learn. Photography is all about learning. And a lot of times I get messages in my Instagram inbox asking like, oh, what's your advice in starting with food photography? And I say exactly the same thing every single time. Practice, practice, practice. That's the only way to learn. You can take all the memberships you want, all the classes you want, read all the books you want. But if you don't practice, that's like, where is it going to go? All that knowledge, like you need to actually physically get into the scene and start moving things around. So practice. I practice all the time. Like I need to. It's like a muscle. It's like, I don't know, it's like being an athlete. You need to practice. You may know how to run, but you still need to practice it. You may know how to play basketball, but you still need to practice it. It's same here. You may know how to create those shadows or splashes or set up a scene, but you still need to practice it. And in photography and food styling, unlike with sports, again, I'm not a sport. I don't follow sports. I don't know why I started with that metaphor. But in food photography and food styling, it changes a lot as well. Like the style of food photography that was popular 15 years ago is not what it is right now. It changed so much. The reason why I was able to fake being a food photographer 15 years ago is because the style was so different. Like it was just much more minimalistic, much more staged, less, personal and real. And now it's very, very different. So you need to learn, and you need to keep all the new trends in mind. You don't you may not need to showcase that work in those trends, and you may choose to photograph in one style only, but you need to at least be aware of those styles. Like on my Instagram, I post only in a certain style. I post dark and moody. There is a reason. Instagram likes dark and moody for me, for my account. So that's why I keep that account, because most of my followers came to me once I started using that style. That's what I keep giving my followers. But for myself, I photograph in different styles because I like different styles as well. And
Yeah.
if the client comes to you and says, oh, photograph in hard light is super popular right now. I don't show pictures of hard light on my Instagram, but I try for myself. I try to learn how to do hard light because that's what clients may want at some point. Currently, my clients don't want that, but that is something that's happening. It's all over in magazines right now. It started a couple of years ago. Now in Europe, it started more in Europe, and now it's coming to North America as well.
Yeah.
So you learn, you practice.
Yeah, I also start with dark moody, and then I discovered that lots of clients want to have light photos. And I also saw it as a challenge. So then I started with light photography, and now I actually like it.
Oh, I love light photography. That's how I started, light and airy. That's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
Well, not, but that's what I love. Instagram doesn't, so I stopped. I may get back into it. For my clients, most of my client photography is in light style.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and also I just gave before this podcast one-to-one food photography coaching, and she was also a starter. And then really just what you said, when you really have to make meters, you say in Holland or in Dutch, making meters about freestyling. And I also discovered I did it less the last couple of years. So I'm now planning just the freestyling for myself, or making a reel from it, or tomorrow I have a live food styling session, you know. So because that's why I'm also getting the flow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you that's how we all learn. Everybody.
Yeah. Great. Where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram. It's Imagelicious. It's like image that is delicious. Imagelicious. And I also have a website called imagelicious.com. That one is more about cooking website. So I used to share a lot of recipes, and it has like quite a lot of them there. You can also buy my cookbook. It's on Amazon, and you just need to Google my first name, last name. It's Julia, Julia Konovalova, Konovalova. It's a very long last name. Yeah, so you can find my cookbook. It's the ultimate one pan oven cookbook. So everything is made on one pan in an oven. So it's basically oven cookbook. So yeah.
Great.
Feel free to buy it. Yeah, it has all my recipes tested like 4, 5, 6 times, and recipes that I cook. I have the cookbook on my kitchen counter. I cook from it all the time still, 5 years in, and I photographed every recipe as well.
Great. I also will put down your links in the show notes.
Yes, thank you.
But thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
And this lovely
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure talking to you. I always enjoy your photos, your reels, your informational posts. So keep doing that, and good luck with your membership. And thank you for having me again.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.